Welcome to the new version of Let's Talk About Real Estate podcast, the podcast for real estate agents everywhere. I'm Lisa B, and together with Bjorn Kunzel, we're going to talk about everything real estate. We talk about what's working, what's not working, what's new, what's old, technology, and anything else to do with real estate. We'll answer your questions from the Facebook group Let's Talk About Real Estate. So if you have a question, we can help. Join the Facebook group today. And again, welcome to the show. Okay, Dean Mangion from eXp in Mackay. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for making the time. I know how busy you are.
You are the Queen of Slade Point. I always say it to you, but you've absolutely taken over Slade Point, and I have loved your progress. Honestly, every single time you get a listing there or a sale, I'm just going, oh my God, you're just amazing. So tell me about that.
I see your little post, and I think, should I hide her? Should I hide her post? Every time I see the Queen thing, I'm thinking, no.
I know, because you don't like when I'm saying, oh my gosh, you're amazing, you're too humble. That's why. But anyway, that's up to me to remind you how great you are too.
I just chose 10, 12 years ago. I liked when I moved to Mackay from Vic that, it was an area I wanted to live. So I liked it, and it made sense to work around where you do, and that's kind of where it is. But no, I wanted to be there then.
That's right. And you focused on it, and you're dominating in that area, which is amazing.
Yeah.
So you are absolutely smashing listings and sales in the Mackay area. Can you give us a rundown of your real estate experience, just for people that don't know who you are and where you are?
Yeah, it's about 13 years. So my background has always been sales, marketing. Mm-hmm. I've always been the entrepreneur. So in between raising babies, if I wasn't painting pots and things and taking them to a market, I would even door knock at shops so they had stuff. Yeah, it's a past that you tend to forget. I have quite a bit of a horticultural background as well. And then in the business that I had, ironically, I've always been a believer in multi-level marketing. And so, I would have probably been an 18-year-old Tupperware queen, so to speak. But if the product is right, it's something I've always believed in. So I actually built a home and garden business, decor business based on those principles, which the term was party plan. Yeah, and I'd recruited about 22 consultants Australia-wide.
I didn't know that about you. You never told me that. Yeah, there you
go. No. And that was just all a vision and a dream. And really, a lot of what I know is self-taught. And I've always had this a thought or concept is you watch what the big guys are doing. Yeah. So when I did start the my own direct selling business, it was more so like when I went into real estate, you usually dislike how you were treated by that real estate agent. I hear a lot of agents say that. Yes. So you think people deserve to be treated better, or I could do better.
Yes.
So with that, but I also love marketing. And I love homewares. I like gardening and gardens. So it was all based on that. And I had like a little nursery going at home. I lived in regional Victoria. And then I knew I couldn't really get my property. And, it was quite in to have a nursery at home and gift shop, which you still have now. But I knew it was years off because it was a paddock when I started the garden. And basically so I thought, well, I can't wait around. I'm going to create this and I will take it. Yeah, I used to do a lot of garden design talks and even for clubs. So basically what I used to do is go into someone's home, set up all these homewares, and I basically would set up a garden in their home because I used to bring in collections of live plants, but I would group them. So say if you had no idea what to put in your garden bed, I would choose tall plants, medium plants, perennials, bulbs, and you'd have a collection. And then you could, anyway, and then it was really taking off. So then a girlfriend started helping and doing it. And then I outgrew where I was working at home. So then I took a shop in town that was in central Victoria in Kyneton and set up this shop that looked like a home. And we had a little fairyland thing. Anyway, and it sort of grew from that. So I was designing furniture. And then with the consultants, it was like that. They would set up and repeat. They made their commission, and it was a win-win because if a hostess opened her home, she gained things. And the range, I always designed it that it flowed on. So if someone came to one garden party, that's what we call them then, is there'd be something else they could get. And it wasn't like they were spending money. And you could basically, because what you told them and taught them about interior design or styling and staging back then, they could decorate their home, but they could also buy it in stages. And if they hosted the party, they would get freebies.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I did all my catalogs. I only pulled them out actually the other day. And where back then, because this was like cut and paste a catalog together, like product, but I'll show you one day. But anyway, so the eXp model fits in for me, the belief I didn't need to be convinced the concept works. It's unfortunate a lot of people say pyramid selling and straight away they wipe it out. And they really need to do their research. I always remember Robert Kiyosaki saying, if ever you're going to free yourself financially, it's real estate and multi-level marketing.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, you know, people call it multi-level marketing for want of a better word, but what it actually is we help people, you know, have their own business. We help them generate 5 different ways that they can earn an income or build an asset. And we take care of those people. We mentor those people. We encourage those people. We support those people. So it's not like you're getting somebody to come into the company and you're leaving them. We're actually supporting our agents and we're collaborating and all that sort of thing. So, you know, and it's like the same as a real estate agent does a referral to another agent, gets a 20% referral, our company pays us a referral fee. So as long as we're taking care of that person and they're performing, we get paid a referral fee. And if they don't, then we don't get paid anything. And you know, neither does the eXp. So it's really up to us to support that person and help that person. And, you know, for somebody to have you as a mentor, like, and I'm not sure if you really sort of covered too much your interior design experience as well as your renovating experience. So that's things you also bring to the table as far as a vendor is concerned, but also you know, somebody that's going to join your team. You've got, you know, a wealth of experience, not only in real estate, in marketing, which your marketing really stands out. You know, you can see by your screen at the back, you know, you always keep on brand with your marketing. You know, so that's something you can help other agents with, as well as designing and styling and things like that. You know, I could see that your team could ring you if I'm at house and I think, Dee, I don't know what to do. What can I do? You know, walk through, you could say, well, do this, get rid of that, you know. There's a lot of things that agents can draw on your experience. And that's what I think is amazing as well. You know, so yeah, no, perfect.
Sorry, go on.
Oh, no, I was just going to ask another question. So have you got something else to add to that?
Get me with it.
All right, no worries. Okay. So you've been part of eXp for over 18 months now. So what's your experience been with eXp and what is eXp? So I've said a little bit, but what's eXp to you?
Well, you know me, I only look at the basics and in 18 months, financially, my life is just, you know, like as you know, I bought a little cottage in Victoria that needs renovating, and crazily, I'm going to renovate it from another state. I did 6 weeks overseas. I was able to do that with help of a colleague, Leslie, who looked after things. You know, I just went selling like crazy before I left, lined up a few listings, and she did the groundwork for me. So
collaboration.
Yeah. But since then, you know, I have had people who've watched and they can see the difference. I just randomly chat with people. I would love to go, you know, door knocking on every agency. I don't think the principals would really like it, but people need to know about eXp. And just now, my most recent recruit in the Gold Coast, and that was through someone else, and her background is property management. I'm so excited for her.
Oh, me too.
I just know so much is going to happen.
So you've been with eXp 18 months. So how many team members have you got now?
I don't count because I don't, you know, I think
I think you've got 6 or 7.
6 or 7. Yeah, we've got a couple of things going on at the moment.
Yes. I think 7 you've got. So you've got 7 people's lives that you've, you know, helped to change, you know.
So for myself personally, starting from that, I think is really important because I often think about this. I was looking at an independent model for some time, probably a good year, and then I still went back to a franchise, well-known franchise. All the franchises I've worked in, and even a local business here, good marketing, all good stuff. I just found myself personally, I don't seem to work as well as I can to being independent. And that's probably the entrepreneur in me, and not like being confined to how I need to do things, because my creative brain goes off and off and on.
Yes, yes.
But then if we remove that, and then the structure of it, again, there, as I said, when I had my business, I was self-taught, and a lot of the admin team, no one has sacked me. And,
Yes.
poor Kirsten back then, my computer blew up and things.
I know we
But
had the Mercury in retrograde. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think I've ever gone through my proper onboarding. But now,
Yes,
I also had so many years behind me, so it's just getting familiar with.
exactly.
And when I look at how well my life has changed with eXp, and I know my output is 50% capacity, because I don't do the things I should and could be doing.
Yeah, but you're hard on yourself too, and we'll talk about that later. I'm always
Yeah,
saying you're
yeah.
too hard on
No,
yourself,
no,
but
but like we know automating and doing that, but it's
yeah.
on the cards. It's on the
Yeah,
cards.
that's right. So you, if somebody's going to join your team, I just want to say, like, obviously, like we said, you've got the experience of, your real estate, your design, your graphic design, all that sort of stuff that you do, and also, like, I'm there to help your team build their team as well. So, if you've got somebody that wants to join you and they want to grow a team, then that's something that I can help them with as well. So it's not only you that they get. They also get the support of everybody else. They get the admin person, they get the finance person, they get the contract person, they get the, all of that. You've got a whole back end team supporting you and your team as well. So
Definitely.
that's really important as well.
I think the things that appeal to me, so where then I did finally make that decision, even after trying the last franchise, certain things I felt restrictions, but again, one of the big things, and then you get to my age, which is the later cycle of life, I like to think, can I retire or semi-retire within a few years? So again, the eXp model is quite good for that, for all reasons. We may not have time to cover them, but we can do this again.
Yes.
But it was more so seeing, even with eXp, if you had no interest in introducing other people, but you will want to do it from the heart once you realize what it can do and change people's lives.
Exactly. The depth of what we can do.
Yeah. And so, as you know, you've asked me to sort of speak or share, and I said to you, I don't want to do it till I've talk, I can get on with this.
Yes.
And like, if I could, I would pull everyone up and just say, you just need to know about it, and you don't have to. And some that have joined. But the other thing is, it doesn't matter what level you're at. So, as you know, a couple of my ladies, we're all about the same age, and some a little bit older. Why they won't mind me telling you. But not everyone's going to want to do as much of. But you can still, you don't have anyone saying you need to get.
No, there's no KPIs you can do. You can do whatever you want to do. It's your business. Absolutely.
And I guess we all know that in real estate, it's always more. Number one, $1 million agent. Well, we don't all want to be the $1 million agent. We all have different goals. And this is where, I see some of the numbers that people will do, but I'm quite comfortable if I did my 30 a year. But I know my income is going to be somewhere probably to someone who's done 60 a year. And I haven't had to.
But I bet you've had a better life balance and all that sort of thing as well, with everything you do on the side, renovating and holidays and, all of those sorts of things. And that's what eXp gives you, is that life balance as well. If you were working in an office, you would have had to be there 9 to 5, 9 to 7, whatever. How come you weren't here on Saturday, D? You can't have holidays now, all of that. No, you can't prospect in that area. You have to go over that area, all that sort of stuff. You've got your own territory. You can charge what you want. You can do whatever you want.
I look at it in the 18 months, instead of paying a franchise fee, it paid for a 6-week trip to Europe.
Oh, absolutely. That's a good little brochure, isn't it? What would you prefer, franchise fee or a holiday to Europe?
Yeah, I think I did put that on one of my posts on my trip back, but
did you?
On my Facebook page. And the other is, I've put, my deposit came from saving what I would have lost to franchise.
Exactly.
But you aren't deprived in any way. In actual fact, if you want to, there is more training you can access. There's more time that you can make for it. So that's the thing.
Absolutely.
And that's what I've been excited with the last couple of people I've been talking to.
That's right. Now, you mentioned, us later on in life, we're setting ourselves up for, our exit strategy out of real estate because we can't list and sell forever. So the ways that eXp provides an income is obviously to be able to list and sell. So list and sell as much as you like. You get shares in the company as well. So you can build assets with that. You can build a team within the company as well. So you can get reoccurring income for that. And you don't have to if you don't want to, or I will help you build your team. You can do property management. eXp doesn't take a commission from that, so you can run your own property management department. Or you've got also referrals. So we've got 90,000 agents in 24 countries. So we have massive referral opportunities, as well as, you can refer to other agents as well. So you've got those 5 streams of income and assets.
Pretty sure the number when I started 18 months ago, we were at 35,000.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. So that we're the fastest growing brand in the world. Now, also, so we're talking about, us at this end of our life, right? But imagine going back 20 years, Dee, or 30 years, and we've had this system. So the younger ones are crazy not to do this. If in 10 years' time, if they work hard for 5 years, they can set themselves up for the rest of their lives, right? What I've achieved in 3 years, like I've focused heavily, like since February, and I've doubled my team since February because I've focused 100%. The last 2.5 years, I've done other things and whatever. Since February, I've really focused and I've worked it out now. You know what I mean?
I have no idea how you fit it all in because you're always there when I and because I lumber it on you, and this woman's amazing because she never says no.
That's my role is to help you grow your team. I want you to have what I never had. I want you to have that reoccurring income. I want you to have those assets. I want you to have that exit strategy out of real estate.
But in my case, that I just went in at sales and listing. Anything else is a bonus, and I have not even concentrated on any of that stuff, as like every now and then, like my bank account comes. I think
exactly.
Is that
Dee's gone?
Share? Lisa, I had,
I know
1,500, $2,000 in my account. I don't know what it's for.
That's the beauty of it. So all you've done.
My anniversary. I got another email. Congratulations on your shares.
Exactly.
So, I haven't even gone there yet. Any of the people that started with me is because I could see the opportunity and just tell them, if not, they're nuts. And the good thing is you're not stuck. You're not in a contract.
No.
Try it,
No,
and
there's no lock in contracts whatsoever.
It's probably the hardest I find with people, and you've just got to do it, is making that commitment, believing in yourself and jump.
Backing yourself.
Yeah.
Which a lot of agents don't do.
Yeah. If you are an agent and you're scared and, if I use the term drip fed from the office and the brand, well, this might not be for you.
No.
But if you want to feel ownership and you love to be creative,
that's right.
I'm excited about a couple of marketing concepts I'll be helping some people with in my team.
Yeah.
And we're going to have some fun with that. So you have that freedom to do that.
That's right. And if you're self-driven, if you create all your own leads, okay, you do your own admin, whatever, what are you paying your franchise fees for? Okay. And like you said, if you're getting drip fed, you're getting leads all the time, you might not want to join us, right? That's okay. Stay where you are and be fed from your boss, whatever. But if you're not, okay, if you are your brand, then you've got nothing to worry about. We've got people that check compliance. We've got people that do the trust accounting. We've got people that the licensee, the head of the state and things like that. So you're covered. The scary things that people get worried about is covered. So you don't need to be scared about it. So, talking to people that are sitting on the fence going, oh, I've seen what Dee's done. And I've had phone calls like that saying, oh, wow, I've seen what Dee's done. Like I'm interested in joining eXp, because you are walking the talk. So just from you doing what you do, you're going to attract a team because they saw where you were and where you are now.
It's not going to happen on its own. One is belief in what you're doing. I have belief in what I'm doing before I have belief in myself. But I am passionate about that side and helping. And the thing is, another thing you get caught up, you might think, oh yeah, well, I really like my principal, I really like my office. But if you're someone younger and you've got children and you're paying a mortgage, it's really nice. You could still be friends with that principal.
Yeah. Don't pay
It's
your boss to be your friend.
But in this day and age, you could still be gaining so much more financially.
Yeah.
But it's not just about the money coming in. Like, I never thought in such a short space of time, I'd be saying to my accountant, there must be ways I can save. I'm paying
Paying
tax.
tax. Yes.
Sometimes I sit there and I get off the phone, give her a headache, and I think to myself, I don't believe I'm having this conversation in
Isn't that
such a short
awesome?
space of time. But
Exactly.
yeah,
I'm
so
so proud of you, Dee. I always say it. Like I always say how amazing you're doing, and you always brush it off. And it's like, I've got more belief in you. Well, I had more belief in you than what you did when you first started. Now look at you.
so yeah.
You are a different person. Like I swear. And like I said, I've had agents ring me and say, "Wow, what's happened to Dee? What's she done?" You know what I mean? Like I want
Really?
some of
I
that.
didn't know that.
Yeah. And so that's the team that you're attracting,
Oh, well, that's
So
when Rob said, "Do you want to, have a talk with me?" And I said, "Well, what do you want me to do? Tell everyone what they shouldn't be doing because that's it."
no.
But one thing I would like to highlight, it's
Yeah.
all those things that we've said, but once your income increases, two things really. One, you are not putting in as many hours, but you
Yeah.
are still got the gain. But then it's the leverage it gives you. So, as you get older, banks don't really want to know you. If you've been in real estate, you're self-employed, it's always harder.
Yeah.
And that is the fantastic thing that I have just been so happy to, print off a payslip, whatever they need. And so increasing your income is really great for those obvious reasons, but
Getting
it's the
loans, everything
leverage
else. Yeah.
because, if you want to invest in property,
Yeah.
and not just rely on that, again, you're changing your income in a short space of time,
Yeah.
as long as you're doing your work,
Yeah.
and increasing that way is going to make you more favorable when it comes to lending or property investing.
Absolutely. So
And
many reasons to join eXp. All right.
yeah,
Now,
yeah.
top producers like yourself, right? What would you give? Don't underestimate.
Okay.
What would you tell top producers that are watching you, right? What would you tell them? Why should they join eXp? We've said about the financial, you're going to be earning a lot more money. What else?
If they were curious, I would like to have just that chat in general because
Yeah.
everyone's going to be different, their
Yeah.
needs and what they're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
And if they were curious, just simply curious, as you know, the people that have joined me, they sat on the fence for a year.
They
And
did.
I just said, you need to know about this and
Yeah.
the timing when it happened.
And they watched you and they joined.
Yeah. So it depends. Yeah, they've called me. I haven't
Yes.
called them.
Yeah.
It depends what your needs are, but you'll find something. I think I don't care what anyone thinks, increasing your income is one of the most important things today
Yeah,
because it's going to give
definitely.
you leverage.
Yep.
Whether if you're in the older age group like myself,
Mm-hmm.
if you were in Mackay, an agent in Mackay, we had 7 years, thank God you had a credit card. Even top agents, I think, would have been tight. And I've spoken, and even with a few principals. So if anyone denies that or did better, they're doing well.
Yeah.
But everyone had it hard. So
Yeah.
even if you've picked up now, like again, there couldn't be a better time to try. If
Yes,
it doesn't work,
exactly.
head back. Some principal
Exactly.
will take you back in again if you haven't
That's
made
right.
it.
Yeah.
So it's really
Give it a
the
go.
bonus is the income, increasing
Yeah.
your income in a short space of time.
Mm-hmm.
If you're still not getting much training within the office environment, you will be blown away. So apart from what you offer, man, that library, then we have
Yeah.
Glenn Twiddle.
Yeah.
Then we have Rob Davis with all the sessions we have
With
weekly.
all our top
And it just goes
producers.
on
Yep.
and on and on.
Yep.
So basically, if you are prepared to get your butt off the chair, get
Yep.
your butt out there or on the phone or get crazy on digital, you can't fail. And one
Exactly.
thing is, like a lot of people might think, I'd love to open a cafe or I would love to open a shop or something like that. This is again when I think, my children, a lot of people I know are entrepreneur businesses themselves. You couldn't get a better business to a minimal startup,
Yep.
which we haven't touched with eXp, but
That's
a
right.
minimal startup with the potential. So you couldn't get.
Let me say what that is. So you can have your own real estate business for $218. Like if you were to start a franchise, you would start a Ray White office or a Booker's office or something, I would say to be $300,000 minimum, shop fit outs, getting everything set up. You can have your own real estate business for $218. You can't even get a cleaning business for $218, right? That's what it is as a joining fee. There's no massive big outlay or anything like that. You can have your own real estate business for $218. Now, I just want to say something, Dee, just, the depth of eXp. So for people that are looking, watching this, so yes, you can list and sell. You can do those other five sources of income. Now, because the longer I'm in eXp, the more depth that we're getting and the more opportunities I see. So I just want to explain something that's happened in India. And so, if you've got connections overseas and things like that. So I'm going to India in December. Now, it's something I noticed in my team. So we've got 130 agents in the A team. So something I noticed in our team is that we had about 13 to 15 agents, I think, from India. So I've gone, okay, well, why don't we start to look at, bringing a team in India? So we've now got an agent on the ground in India, and we're going to start to grow a team in India. So not only that, we're not only looking at growing a team there, we're also looking at development opportunities, migration opportunities, all of that sort of thing. That's outside the scope of eXp, but it's created other opportunities. So any agents that are listening to this that are entrepreneurial like you are, Dee, anybody that's sort of wanting to think outside the box and doesn't want to just list and sell anymore. And that's great. If you wanted to, I'm not saying just list and sell, but you know what I mean? But if you want, different scope, this is what eXp can do for you, so that's sort of like another dimension of what it can provide. So, anybody that's watching this, please, reach out to Dee. If you've got any just curiosity at all, you can have a 10-minute talk with Dee. Exactly. Just a 10-minute talk.
And share my story.
That's right. And Dee can show you exactly what she's done, what she's achieved in a short time, in 18 months, turns your life around basically. So, and the different person you are, not only the financial side of things, I'm looking at somebody who's a lot more confident, a lot more polished, a lot more, a lot more everything. And you know what I mean? It's just, you've turned into
I love the freedom.
Yeah.
I love the freedom. And just hearing everyone else's stories and everyone is so helpful. Like, the stuff that goes through on work chat, the information that is shared, it's mind blowing.
Exactly.
So lots of good stuff happening.
There is. All right. So anybody listening, please reach out to Dee, and she'd be happy to talk to you. So thank you so much for sharing your story, Dee. I really appreciate it
today.
All righty. Thank you.
We'll talk again. I'm
sure
there's more to talk about.
There is. Okay. Thanks, heaps. See ya. Thank you for listening to Let's Talk About Real Estate podcast. We hope you enjoyed the show. If you have a question about real estate, then please join the group on Facebook, also called Let's Talk About Real Estate. For those of you who are interested in eXp, please join us at 10 a.m. Brisbane time every Wednesday morning for eXp Explained. Thank you again for joining us, and don't forget to subscribe to the podcast, and see you next week.